It started on a Thursday night. I remember because I was lying in bed scrolling through my phone when I heard it. A soft, slow humming. Not loud, almost like a lullaby. Faint, fragile, but undeniably there. I paused, assuming it was a neighbor, maybe a mother singing to her child. I brushed it off. But it came again the next night. Same time. Midnight exactly. This time I got up. I live on the second floor of an old house. My window faces the backyard. No balconies, no ledges, no easy way to stand there. And yet, when I pulled the curtain aside, I saw her. A woman, pale still, wearing something that looked like a nightgown soaked in rain. Her long black hair clung to her face. Her eyes were open too wide, glossy, lifeless. She didn't move. She just stood there, looking up at me, humming. I stepped back, heart racing. When I looked again, she was gone. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I searched outside. No footprints in the dirt below the window. No signs anyone had been there. My backyard gate was locked from the inside. There was no way she could have reached that window. But she returned every night. Midnight. She never climbed. She just appeared. Hovering, standing. I couldn't tell. The same humming, the same expressionless stare. I tried recording it once, but when I checked the footage, nothing. No woman, no sound. Just me, pulling the curtain aside and gasping at something unseen. People stopped coming over. My friends said I was acting strange. I was tired, jumpy, paranoid. They didn't hear the song like I did. They didn't dream of the melody looping endlessly. I started humming it in the shower without realizing. At work, while brushing my teeth. Then one night, I caught myself standing by the window before midnight. Just standing there, waiting. When she appeared this time, she didn't just hum. Her lips moved, mouthing something. I couldn't hear it, but I knew it was for me. I whispered, "What do you want?" She tilted her head, slowly, deliberately, and then she smiled. That was 3 nights ago. Now, when I close my eyes, I see her face. When I wake up, the tune is already in my mouth. And last night, she was no longer outside the window. She was sitting at the edge of my bed, still humming, still smiling. And I think tonight she's going to... I didn't scream. I don't know why. She sat there, her back straight, her white dress clinging to her like wet paper. Her hair hung in clumps over her face, but I could still see her mouth, moving, humming. My body refused to move. I tried to sit up, to crawl back, to do anything, but it was like the air around me had turned thick, heavy. The only thing I could do was breathe, shallow, terrified breaths, as the tune continued. Then, as suddenly as she appeared, she stopped humming and turned her head, not all the way, not like a human does, but with a slow, unnatural crack of her neck. She looked at me. Her mouth opened, but her eyes didn't blink. And in a voice so faint it barely qualified as sound, she whispered, "You let me in." I woke up screaming. The bed was empty, the room was cold, but my window was wide open. Since that night, the humming hasn't stopped. It's not just at midnight anymore. I hear it faintly in the shower drain. I hear it through the floorboards, through the phone. Once I heard it through my own voice when I was on a call with my mother. She said I was humming something eerie without realizing. I burned sage. I prayed. I moved out. I even spent a week at a hotel across town with no windows, just to escape her. And it worked for a while, until last night. I was brushing my teeth when I noticed it in the mirror. Behind me, just for a second, her, smiling. I dropped the toothbrush, looked back. Nothing. But when I turned back to the mirror, there was a message drawn in the fog on the glass. Window or mirror? I'll find a way. Now the humming plays even when there's no sound. It's in my head like a pressure behind the eyes, and sometimes when I stare into my reflection long enough, I see her mouth moving inside my own. And tonight I found something even worse. On my pillow, strands of black hair, wet, and the scent of her, like mildew and rot and lake water. I think she's not just visiting anymore. I think she's staying, and I'm afraid to sleep. Because if she hums me to sleep again, I don't know who'll wake up in my place. I stopped going to work, stopped answering the phone. I taped black cloth over every mirror in the apartment. I nailed the windows shut. I covered the vents, the drains, even the peephole in the door. But still, the humming continues. I hear it when I blink, when I breathe, when I close my eyes. I hear her voice inside my skull, and worse, I'm not sure which thoughts are mine anymore. Yesterday, I found my journal open on the kitchen table. I didn't put it there. The handwriting was mine, but the words weren't. You're warm. I like it here. Don't fight me. We can hum together. You belong to the window now. I tried to call my sister to explain. She thought I was having a breakdown. She said, "You sound different, like you're smiling while crying." I wasn't crying. I was holding the phone with both hands, trying to stop them from shaking. Then came the worst moment. Last night, I found my bedroom door locked from the inside. I live alone. I knocked. Something knocked back. 3 slow knocks. Then the humming started again, but it wasn't coming from behind the door. It was coming from inside my own chest, my ribs vibrating, my lungs humming. And just now, just minutes ago, I stood in front of the mirror again, even though I'd taped it. The tape was gone. She was behind me, but not in the room, in the reflection. She lifted her hand. I didn't. She opened her mouth. I didn't. She leaned close to the glass, and I heard myself whisper from inside the mirror, "You're the reflection now. I don't know what's real anymore. I don't know if I'm still me, but I feel her smile inside my skin. I feel her voice curl around my heartbeat, and tonight I caught myself standing by the window again, humming, smiling, waiting. It's been 3 nights since I last heard my own thoughts clearly. Now even silence is loud, even darkness has a pulse. I keep humming, not because I want to, but because if I stop, something presses against the inside of my skull, like claws scratching to get out or get in. I tried recording myself again, just to be sure. When I played it back, the voice that hummed wasn't mine. It was slower, deeper, like someone humming through water. And in the background, faint but sharp, another voice, whispering. I played it over and over until I could finally make out the words. "One day, you'll open the window from the inside." I sleepwalk now. I wake up in places I don't remember walking to. The kitchen, the hallway, the closet. Once I woke up kneeling before the window, my fingernails cracked from scraping at the glass. I don't remember doing that, but my reflection did. She looked satisfied last night. The reflection didn't copy me at all. I blinked. She didn't. I stepped back. She leaned closer, and then she raised her hand and pointed at me, not mimicking, commanding. That's when I noticed something else. Her dress is no longer soaked and torn. It's clean now, dry, but mine isn't. I thought about ending it, about jumping from the window, but when I opened it, there was no street, no sky, just black water, rippling as if something beneath it was breathing, waiting. I closed it. She smiled back at me through the glass like she knew I couldn't escape. And today, I found something growing on the wall near the window. Moss, damp, cold. It smells like her. And every time I try to scrape it off, I hear the humming grow louder, like she's warning me. or punishing me. I tried calling a priest. He came. He looked around. He said the place felt thin. Before he left, he looked at me with strange hesitation and said, "You shouldn't be alone anymore." But I think he was wrong, because I'm not alone. Not anymore. She's always with me now. She sleeps where I sleep. She hums when I breathe. She watches me from the inside. It happened last night. I don't know how long I'd been standing there, barefoot by the window, before I realized the humming wasn't behind the glass anymore. It was in my mouth. I was humming. No, we were humming, in harmony, like one throat with two voices. Then the glass began to fee from the inside. I saw her shape appear, not a reflection, not an image, but her pressing against the inside of the window pane. Fingers, cheek, teeth. I could see her breathe. Her breath was mine. She whispered something. I didn't hear it with my ears. I felt it in my bones. "You're almost hollow." I wanted to move, run, scream, but all I did was nod, and slowly, like melting wax, her hand passed through the glass. It didn't shatter. It didn't even ripple. The window stayed intact, but she came through anyway. Her fingers brushed my face, and for the first time, I felt warm. I remember falling to the floor, convulsing, breathing her breath, hearing her lullaby tear through my chest like wind through an open grave. My limbs twisted like they weren't sure what shape to take. My eyes rolled back, and in the darkness, I saw her world. Not death, not fire, but water, cold, endless, full of mouths that never closed, and windows, so many windows, waiting to be opened. I woke up this morning. My voice is not the same. My smile feels too wide. And when I look in the mirror now, she isn't there, because I am. People have stopped recognizing me. A neighbor said, "You're not who I thought you were." And they're right. There's something behind my eyes now. Someone. Humming. Tonight I stood at a new window, a child's window. 2 stories up, lights off. I didn't knock. I just stood there, still, smiling, humming. There was a boy, maybe 10, maybe younger. He saw me at his window last night. He didn't scream, he didn't run, he just stared, like something in him remembered me. I tilted my head, he copied me. I hummed the first note. He finished the tune. It's starting. The melody is spreading. This morning I passed 3 people on the street, each one smiling with a stillness only I recognize now. Eyes wide, mouths gently shut, but I could hear it faintly in their throats. The hum. They're not all fully changed, not yet, but the windows have opened for them. And once they open, they never close again. There are more of us now. We don't speak, we don't meet, we don't need to. We feel each other like echoes down a tunnel. We are a song that keeps writing itself, person by person, glass by glass. Someone tried to film me last night. I walked past their window, stopped and looked up. They were holding a phone, recording, laughing. But when they checked the video, they didn't see me. They saw themselves, standing outside, smiling. We're not ghosts. We're not demons. We're invitations. Each hum is a key. Each reflection is a door. Each person we touch becomes a window. Last night, I visited my old apartment. It was quiet. The moss had spread to the ceiling. The air smelled of still water. The mirror was broken, not shattered, just wilted, like it had given up holding anyone inside. I sat on the floor and she sat across from me. She was still wearing the same dress, only now so was I. She leaned close, and for the first time, she spoke aloud. "The song isn't finished yet." I nodded. I understood. And tonight, I know where the next window is. There are no more mirrors in my apartment. They cracked on their own, not shattered, peeled like skin that no longer fits. I no longer see my face reflected in water. Just ripples, endless ripples. And sometimes I see hands beneath the surface, waiting. Last night I visited a hospital. I walked its empty halls at 3:17 a.m., past sleeping patients, past glowing monitors, past a child crying softly in the dark. The nurse never saw me, but when she passed the mirror at the end of the hallway, she paused, tilted her head, and began to hum. We don't choose windows anymore. They open on their own now, from apartment buildings, from moving cars, from elevator doors and shattered phones. Anywhere glass can remember a face. We are there. Someone online posted about us. A thread. Why do I keep dreaming of a woman at my window? Thousands replied, same melody, same smile, same feeling of being watched while asleep. One person commented, I let her in. Now she sings through me. We are no longer singular. We are not a curse. We are a refrain, haunting, harmonic, and slow. We don't want your life, just your voice, your breath, your place in the song. Tonight I stood outside a man's house. He had lost his wife. He was grieving. He didn't scream when he saw me. He opened the window and sang with me. Inside his home was a photograph of me. Before, when I still had a name, a job, a body that wasn't humming all the time. I stared at it for a long time. I didn't recognize myself. But she did. She touched the photo and whispered, we always come back to where it started. I asked her, not with words, but with what's left of my breath. How many are we now? She smiled and said, enough to reach the oceans. There's something in that line, a rhythm, a promise, a final note waiting to be sung. And tonight, I think, I'm ready to hum it. The sea is not made of water, not where we're going. It's made of glass, shards, windows, and every wave carries a reflection that no longer belongs to anyone. Tonight is different. There's a silence before the hum, a breathless gap like the world is holding still, waiting. She stands with me now, not behind me, not inside the mirror, but beside me. Her skin is no longer wet, her dress no longer clings. She looks complete, and so do I. We walk between houses, not knocking, not calling, just passing. And yet, every window begins to sing. Lights flicker, mirrors fog. People wake with a tune already pulsing in their chest. No fear, just recognition, like they've always known the melody, but never remembered the words. I feel the water rising inside me, not drowning, becoming. My voice is not mine anymore. It's ours, layered, echoed. A harmony of lost names and open mouths. The song is reaching its final verse. She turns to me. Her eyes are not black now. They are windows, and through them, I see my old self, sitting alone, staring at the wall, unaware the change has already happened. She asks, are you ready to close the last window? I don't answer with words. I just hum, one long final note, and the world begins to fade, not in darkness, but in reflection. Somewhere a child wakes up humming. Somewhere a mirror cracks quietly. Somewhere a window opens for the very last time, and no one is standing outside, because now we're inside. We always have been,